What's up, everybody? So right now I'm at the gas station, and right now my M5 is on a stage 2, around a 750 horsepower tune on a 91 pump. So we're running, I want to say like 21, 22 pounds of boost, somewhere around there. And it's pretty fast like this, but right now I'm at a pump that has E85, so I'm going to show you guys how to tune your car with E85 while you're at the gas pump. And it's pretty easy. I'm going to show you how to mix it. I'm going to show you how to check your fuel level. And then I'll do the actual tune on my phone with MHD and then show you guys how it all works. So the first thing you're going to need is a OBD to Ethernet plug to tune your F-Series BMW. You're also going to need a Lightning to Ethernet adapter or a USB-C to Ethernet adapter, depending if you have an Android. So first thing we're going to do is plug in down here. You can kind of get that. This plug can be a bit tricky. Here we go. Next, we're gonna just plug it into the phone here, and then if you could kind of zoom in here. So then you're just gonna put your phone in airplane mode because you don't want anything interrupting this process. Come up here now. Next thing you're gonna do is turn on your ignition to your car, and then you hear the little beep. It's going into diagnostic mode. So the next thing you want to do is come into the Ethernet tab here. Come here, wait for that IP address to populate. That just happened. Make sure that your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi are off during this process. So now we're going to go to MHD. So once you connect everything, you're going to go to Flash MHD map, and we want stage 2. You can also do stage 1 E30, but my car has upgraded downpipes, which is recommended for stage 2. So we're looking for the E30. So you'll just click there, and then we're going to check out some of these options. So aftermarket DPs is selected. You can select stock as well. You can kind of see that there. You can disable your motor start-stop system, the automatic start-stop, remove the top speed limiter. We're going to turn on the exhaust burbles and leave them on hard aggressiveness because that should sound pretty good. We're not going to reduce the cold start noise. This car doesn't have an exhaust flap, and I'm not going to limit power by gear because I don't want to do that yet. So we've configured all our flash options. Now we're going to map right, and you're going to see the car do some funny things. So the car will pop up with a bunch of errors, and you'll see lights flash. And then you'll also see your phone flashing the ECU. It's going to say please wait. So it's going through its percentage, and it even tells you how much time is left, so about 20 seconds. So right now we're flashing the stage 2 E30, restarting the DME. So this is super easy, guys. So I'm doing all this within 5 minutes at the gas pump. So I just got here on a 91 tune. I'm tuning my car on an E30 tune. I'm gonna leave with about 150 more horsepower than I came with. So we're almost done here. You always want to make sure that your battery is a good state of charge. Mine is about 90% right now. And make sure to put the seat belt on and close the driver's door latch so that the car doesn't go to sleep during this process. So coding success. So then you'll see the car restart on the dashboard. The app is going to clear the codes from the car. And success. So total write time about 16 seconds. Tells you to wait 30 seconds or so and then restart your ignition. So instead of restarting the ignition immediately, what we're going to do is just turn on the accessory mode and check the fuel level. So if you kind of zoom in here, zoom into the dashboard, the fuel level is about halfway between the quarter mark. So it's around 12.5%, 13% capacity. All right, so now that I've showed you guys how to tune the car with MHD, we did all that in less than like 3 minutes. Now we're gonna get out, I'm gonna get to the pump, and I'm gonna show you guys how to actually mix at the pump. I'm gonna show you the app that I use. I just showed you the fuel level in the car, so we got that already. Now I'm gonna show you the app that I use, and I'm gonna show you what it actually looks like just pumping the fuel in, because you haven't seen that before, right? All right, so now we're at the pump, and I'm gonna show you guys the app that I use to calculate my mix for ethanol at the pump. You could use a flex fuel sensor. I don't have one for this car just because I haven't invested in it yet, but they're not really necessary, really. you know, if you're pretty consistent about how you refill your tank and do the mixing, it's not really a thing to worry about. I never had issues with my car running on a mix, so I'll show you what I use. So we're gonna come right here to the E85 Cal app. So I'll show you what that symbol looks like again. So it looks just like that. And what you need is the gas tank size for your car. So this is an F10 M5. You've got 21.1 gallons of capacity, and your ethanol percentage at the pump is usually around 10%, give or take. The ethanol percentage at the pump is going to be around 85 to 80%. I'm using Pearson fuels. They're usually pretty accurate about their mixing, so we're going to stick with 85. You should always test it at the pump, but I've been here multiple times. I've tested it before, and it's usually the same, so I'm not worried about it. Our target ethanol mix is 30%, and right now, remember, we're just running 91, so we have no ethanol in the car right now, so we want to put that to 0. And then your current fuel level, I showed you guys in the car, was around 12.5, 13%. So we're gonna go on the higher side, 13%. And it'll show you the mix down here. So the resulting mix should be 30% ethanol if we add 12.37 gallons of gas and 5.99 gallons of ethanol. So that's what we're gonna do. So right now we're finishing up the 12.37 gallons of gasoline, 91, and next we're gonna put the 5.99 gallons of ethanol. So if you check the pump right there, we just pumped exactly 12.37 gallons, so pretty good. You want to try to be as close as you can, as accurate as possible. Alright, so right now we just pumped the 12.37 gallons of 91 gasoline, and hopefully you can hear me over that gasoline speaker there. But now we're going to top it up with ethanol, and we should get about 6 gallons of this stuff in there. It might be a little bit less, but we'll see exactly what it stops at. Alright, so we just finished pumping the ethanol, and this is where you might think you would run into trouble, but I'm going to show you why it's not that bad. So if you look right here, we just got 4 gallons of ethanol inside of the tank, and the calculation that I made called for 5.99. So you would think that, oh, the mix is off, that's a huge, huge problem. That's not really a big problem because we're still around E20, E25 range, which is good for this tune. Again, we're on an E30 tune, right? So you just want enough ethanol in there to resist the knock that the 91 gas is not going to be so resistant to when you're running higher boost pressures, especially on a twin turbo V8 like this with extremely high internal pressures. So right now the mix is going to be a little bit less than E30, but the car is still in its efficiency range in this state. So these cars run best on E20 to E30 mixes. If you go E40, E50, you're seeing diminishing returns. If you have E10 like normal gasoline, then obviously you just don't have the knock resistance that you need when you're running higher boost pressures. So that's why it's okay to have a little bit less ethanol than your mix called for. So we just tuned the car with MHD, and you know, we did the E30 tune and we did the gas pumping. I showed you guys how to do the mixing. I showed you guys the app that I use. So now we're going to start the car up and just show that it runs well. And sometimes when you start your car up the first time on an ethanol tune, or after letting it sit for a while, it'll run a little bit rough on idle until it smooths out, and that's just the nature of running ethanol sometimes. So if you take a look here at the dashboard, you'll see that the car is going to start up and run as well as it did before. So there you go, running nice, no lights on. So we're gonna get this thing out on the road and do a couple of pulls and see how it drives. Well, actually not now. All right, so right now we're coming from a stop. So let's do a quick pull in the car and see how it goes. Traction second, third, and fourth gear. So I would call this tune a success, and that's how quickly you can add 150 horsepower to your car right at the gas pump. So have fun, guys.
I'm good though.
You kind of want to get this too, right? Sorry, just keep recording. There's a lot of footage. So we just tuned with E30, and now we're here at Taco Bell. That's how fast you can end up here if you tune your car with E30.